Okay, so morning everybody. Lovely autumn day. So as it is, I mean, we are already in autumn, but I thought we would look at the lung meridian and the large intestine, which are governed by that type of energy. So we're going to do the double inhale as a theme throughout the class. So two quick inhales and then an exhale. And the exhale can come from the nose or the mouth. So sometimes I'll instruct you to definitely do it from the mouth, and sometimes I'll say, do what you want. If your body's telling you to sigh out, sigh it out. So we start to clean the diaphragm. So we hold, when we breathe out, unless we're doing a specific pranayama practice, we're often not breathing out fully. So there's always an element of stale air, pleasant, at the bottom of the lungs here. So we're going to do some strong breathing out. Large intestine is the partner organ or the sister organ to the lungs. So large intestine. Okay, so we'll start with a large intestine massage. So let's lie down. And just bring the knees up to start with. Just rock the pelvis a little bit, ease out the lower back. Bring the hands to the knees, circle the knees in opposite directions. Change directions. Lovely. Then holding on to the knees, keeping them reasonably close. Push one knee away and draw the other knee in. So you keep hold of them. So just massaging the sacrum in a slightly different way. And also we know that the walking gait, which is what we do here when we're doing this, is really good for our digestion. So it helps the large intestine to set a natural rate of peristalsis, the movement of the waist. Good. Place the feet back down. So you're going to take both hands. So listen carefully. You're going to place the hands. So you're going to primarily use your fingers on near locate your right frontal hip bone and then come in slightly. And you're going to start a circular massage there. So start to draw some little circles there. Nice deep breath. And you slowly come upwards until you get to where you can start to feel the lungs. It's not the lungs, sorry, the ribs. So you get that edge of the ribs and then come across. So the ascending, the transverse colon. And you might find areas that feel a little bit tender. So I found a tender spot just underneath my breastbone. So I'm going to stay here for a little bit. And then start to move. When you find the ribs on the other side, start to go down. Lovely. And then come right across again. So across near the pubic bone, and then do another pass. Maybe come a little bit closer in this time. So we start to really get a little bit deeper and really notice those areas that might be a little bit tender and spend a bit more time on those areas. So remember, the lungs are where we hold grief and sadness, and the partner organ, the large intestine, is the same. So just noticing where you might get to a point where you go, oh, that's a bit tender. And then you need to take a deep breath in and have a sigh out. Lovely. And we're going to do another pass. Come a little bit further in now. So you're moving closer to an orbit around the navel. So if you've only had a cup of tea, which most of you probably have because it's early, I've had a cup of tea, you might be able to hear the sloshing as the liquid goes through the digestive system. Lovely. And then start to draw a big, use the full palm of the hand and just draw a nice big circle that kind of encompasses the whole of the torso belly area. Lovely. And release. Okay. Just give the hands a little bit of a shake. Lovely. Now we're going to do the double inhale and start that pattern. So inhale, bring the hands to face the ceiling. Inhale again, take them all the way overhead. And then exhale with a sigh. Inhale, inhale. Good. Now on the next one, at the top of that inhale, I want you to hold. And then we're going to do one long exhale from the nose as the hands come back. Lovely. Now we're going to do the sequence a little bit more quickly. So the breath, the double inhale is more rapid. Inhale, inhale, exhale, out through the mouth. So the inhale is the nose, exhale, mouth. Double inhale and hold. When you're ready, nice slow exhale from the mouth, sorry, from the nose. Lovely. Let's bring the right knee up. So I want you to bring it up as high as you can so it's squeezing towards the belly. And think that the thigh is lying over the top of the ascending colon. Let's stretch the left leg away. Push out through the heel. And as you exhale, lift. Good. We're going to hold. Relax the shoulders. Breathe. Good. Lower. This time we're going to breathe in and hold the breath as we lift, and then exhale as we lower. So slightly differently, just to add in a massage. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath in, lift and squeeze. Exhale to lower. And again, breathe in and hold. Squeeze. Good, last one. Lovely. Now, keeping the knee as close to the body as you can, I want you to bring it across to the left. Good. Relax the right elbow a little bit so it's bent. And we're going to start to really lengthen the exhale. So breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 8 or more. I want you to imagine that as you're breathing out, you're drawing the navel back towards the spine. So we're using the twist and the lengthened exhale to massage a bit more. And then if you feel comfortable, start to reach out with the right arm diagonally up. So you've got a big diagonal coming across the body. So the lung intestine is in the arm. Not the lung intestine, that doesn't make sense. The meridian. The lung meridian is in the arm. They come back to center and place the foot back to the floor. Bring the left knee in nice and close. Extend the right leg away. Take a breath in. Exhale to lift and then hold. Relax the shoulder. Push the right heel away so that the toes are drawing towards you. Breathe as you hold. Good, come back down. So this one is breathe in and hold. Hold as you squeeze. Exhale to lower. And again, breathing in. Feel the push of the diaphragm into the visceral organs. Hold that breath in. Last one. Good. Now bring the knee across the body into the twist. Keep it as close to the body and the chest as you can. Left arm out. Start with it bent just to release the shoulder area. Breathe in for 4. And breathe out for 8 or more. And then start to bring a little bit of attention into the arm. See if you can take it higher up so it's diagonally up and out. And adding in that stimulation to the lung meridian that runs through the arm. Good, back to center. Let both knees bend. Push the bottom off the floor. Lift up into bridge. We're going to take the arms overhead. Do a double inhale. Feel the belly lift. Out with a... But keep lifted in bridge so we're really working the diaphragm. Good, double inhale, hold the breath at the top. Breathe out when you're ready through the nose. Lovely, let's bring the knees up. Now just do a few movements to warm up the legs. Hands at the side of the body. Inhale, sweep the arms over, extend the legs up, draw the toes towards you. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Good, let's add in a double breathing pattern here. So inhale, inhale. Keep the exhale through the nose for this one as you release, but be aware of a slight pause on that first breath in. And then take the arms over. Inhale, inhale. Good, place the feet to the floor. And then we'll do the inner legs. And again, do the double breath pattern. So inhale, inhale, exhale, bring the knees back. Inhale, inhale, exhale. Release. Let's bring both knees up. Cross the ankles. So we'll use the twist to focus on the large intestine. Bring the arms out to the side in line with the shoulders. So we use the arms to steady the upper body. Exhale the knees over towards the right knee and really draw them up as high as you can towards the underarm. Inhale back to center. Exhale over as far as you can up towards the left underarm, as if you're almost trying to put the knee in the underarm. And with the breath, notice that wave-like movement that comes across the body from side to side. And start to imagine that as you're drawing with the knees, you're drawing a semicircle, that there's some markers in the semicircle, and that they allow you to do a double breath. So as the knee comes up, there's an inhale, slight pause to center another inhale, and then one long exhale as you go to the other side. So separate it into 2 breaths in and a slight hold. Back to center. Hold on to both shins. Separate the knees slightly. Take a breath in. Hold the breath. Lift up and squeeze. Exhale. And again, breath in. Hold and squeeze. And last one. Lovely. Let's rock from side to side. And then if the spine's happy, then along the spine, if not, stay with the roll. Lovely. All the way up. So let's round into cat. Spread the fingers really wide and especially pay attention to the thumbs. So they're often doing this because there's a lot of that going on screens. So notice, get the thumbs nice and wide. So have a little rock forwards and back. Keep the fingers placed as wide as you can. So just stimulating the meridians in the arm. Good, now cat-cow. Think about the exhale, really emptying the base of the lungs. Good, let's take brick and place the right hand on the brick. Bring it on the outer edge so that you're holding here and try to keep the arm as straight as possible. If you've got restriction in the shoulder, then bring it out, maybe bend the elbow. But I want you to really feel into the underarm. So walk the knees back, make sure the bottom's lifting so it's not coming towards the heels, and then lower the head to the left hand. So we're not bringing the shoulder under, we're opening the meridians in the hands. And I want you to spread the span of the thumb and the little finger as wide as you can, as if you're trying to see how far you can spread the fingers on a piano. See if you can get them as wide as the brick. So I'm using the brick this way. Breathe. Feel the breath moving into the right underarm as if it's a nostril. I want you to breathe in and pause. Breathe in and pause. And then breathe out. Nice, one long, slow breath out. So you're breathing in as if you're going halfway up the arm. Have a pause. Then breathe in again. Good. Now start to imagine that on that first inhale, you come right up to the underarm. You hold your attention there, and then you breathe in again and go to your right waist. Lovely. Release. Bring the book across. It's like that. And then with the left hand, you're doing this on the brick. Okay. So you're stimulating the meridians that run right down into our fingers. Stretch back as far as you can. Start the double inhale. Just start it on a gentle movement. So it's inhale to your elbow and pause. Then inhale to your armpit and pause. And then one long exhale. And just do just a couple of breaths like that. And then when you're ready, breathe in, and the first pause is at the armpit. And then you breathe in again and pause at the left side of the waist. And then exhale when you're ready. Release, come back up. Bring the hands directly underneath the shoulders. We're going to work with the left meridian first. So keep the fingers spread really wide. Push into the hand. Inhale and hold. Really press down into the hand that's on the floor. Good, change sides. Spread the fingers wide on the hand on the floor. Take the upper arm as far back as you can. Lovely, down. Now, let's all try and do the same arm. Left leg back. Bring it behind the right toes. Press firmly into the right hand. Spread the fingers as wide as you can, especially the thumb and the little finger. Push into the hand, lift the left arm up. Push the palm to the ceiling. Breathe deep. We're going to breathe in with a double inhale. So we're just keeping the arms where they are, but I want you to breathe in and pause. And then breathe in again. Hold the breath. And then a nice long breath out. Inhale and pause. Inhale and pause. Lovely. Release. Bring the left knee down. Now we're going to stimulate the other edge of the arm. Left arm under. Bring it under as far as you can and press it firmly into the floor and bring the right hand into the sacrum. I want you to bend the left elbow so you can push more firmly into the floor and just let the left hand rest on the ribs. And again, try a double inhale with a pause so you can feel how the lungs are working and that it'll be dominant in one lung more than the other because of the movement of the body. And when you do that exhale, see if you can push yourself a bit further around. Good. And if you want to go a little bit deeper, extend the right arm all the way up and all the way over and walk the fingers as far away from the head as you can. So you've got that lovely stretch through the side of the body. Double inhale. Hold the breath at the top just for as long as is comfortable. Just be cautious if you've got high blood pressure that's not controlled. Lovely. Push yourself back to center. Okay, let's go the other way. So bring the right leg behind the left. Left hand, spread it really wide. Extend the right arm up and push the palm upwards to the ceiling. Double inhale. Hold a little bit. Exhale when you're ready. And you can either sigh or breathe out through the nose, your choice. Good. Bring the hand down, right knee down, stimulating the outer edge of the right arm. Bring it under. Left hand into the sacrum to start with. Bend the right elbow. Just let the hand rest near the ribs. Push. Really push the body around. Double inhale. Notice at the top of that second inhale, when you're pausing, there's a bit of resistance in the body. But then when you exhale, it kind of softens. And if you want that deeper movement, extend the left arm overhead. Come right onto the fingertips and as far away from the top of the head as you can. And just work with what feels right for your shoulders and your back. Good. Bring the left hand down. Come back to center. Cat-cow. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Let's tuck our toes. Come into down dog. Heel out the feet. We're just going to do a few rounds of into twisting cobra and then back into down dog. So come forwards into plank. Drop the knees here if you need to, lower. So twisting cobra works in the lower intestines. We're just going to look after them as well. So we're going to take a breath in and hold the breath. Turn the gaze to the left. Turn the gaze to the right. And then exhale. So the breath stays in. Obviously mine isn't because I'm talking. Inhale. Hold. Last one. Push up and back. Let's step the right leg through, drop the back heel, sweep up. Exhale. Let's work with the double inhale here. Inhale. Hold the breath in. Inhale. One more. Good now. Option, knee can be down. We're going to bring the back heel off the floor. So if you want something softer, drop the knee. And we're going to come over to the right to squeeze the intestine, maybe drop the knee, bring the hands into reverse prayer. We release the hands, take a breath in, step back into down dog. Good, forwards into plank. Drop the knees here if you need to, lower We'll do twisting cobra. So remember, you hold the breath in to twist left and then right. Breathe in. Exhale to lower. Good. Push back, down dog. Let's step the left leg through, sweeping up. Exhaling. 3 rounds of the double inhale. Step back. Oh, hang on. Step back and twist. Drop the right knee if you need to, or you can start with the knee down and then bring it up, your choice, or just keep the knee down. Pay attention to the intestine as you exhale. Good. Now release back into down dog. Good. Walk the hands towards the feet. Soften the knees. Slowly roll up. Okay. So I'm just adding in some of the movements that you would do in the traditional cleanse, which you do in the seasons, where you drink salt water that's the same salinity as the body, and then you do a sequence of movements 8 times and push that salt water through the body. It's really good for you. So we're just going to do a couple of the other movements. So inhale. We do this one a lot anyway. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So you imagine doing this with a tummy full of salt water. It goes through the digestive organ and out through the bowel, keeping you very regular. Good. And then we do the next one in the sequence is side to side, and it starts to push the water or the trapped energy further down through the, so it's down through the food pipe, the esophagus, and then into the tummy, and then it starts to swish it around, clearing everything out like a nice flood. Back to center. So the next movement. So in the traditional practice, it's a movement that I don't teach in this sequence. I've modified it, and it was my teacher that modified it. So this is for the intestine. So I'll show you this way, and then we'll all do it together. So it's a rocking motion, and then I'll show you from the side. So you come up with the right leg on the inhale, and then you exhale and sit back and squeeze. Inhale, come up, change legs. Exhale, Squeeze. I'll show you from the side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So you go right first. So we're now the water, the imaginary water, is now moving into the large intestine like a tidal wave, and we're pushing it through the body. Inhale, exhale. So inhale, step the right leg forwards, exhale, go back. So when you go back, you're back on the heel, you're bringing the tummy to the thigh. Inhale, exhale. So thighs close, twisting as you exhale. Inhale, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze. Inhale, squeeze. Inhale. So if this doesn't work for you, do an inhale, squeeze, but keep the tummy down on your thigh. So you'd inhale, squeeze. So similar to the twisting movement that we did earlier in the lunge. Inhale, squeeze. If your hips and knees don't like sitting back on your heel, stay up and squeeze. And at this point, when you've drunk 2 pints of salt water, you're thinking, I need to go to the loo now. Okay, so we'll be running a workshop on this actually. I sometimes like to do one after Christmas to get rid of all the extra stuff we've ingested. If you have those types of Christmas. One more. Lovely. Come back. Inhale, look up. Exhale with a sigh. Squeezing out. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Lovely. And release. Let's come to sitting. Well done. So you might be a bit hungry now, actually. So we're going to do the double inhale, sitting with the arms, and then we're going to do Viloma Pranayama on the floor. So we'll end up with 3 breaths in with Viloma. Okay. So let's just clear the lungs one last time before we move into Viloma. So hands at the side of the body. So we're going to do 12 rounds of the double inhale, and then at the on the 12th. So I will attempt to count. We're round about 12 on when I say on this round or something to that, you're going to hold the breath in at the top and then do a very slow exhalation. Ready? So inhale, inhale. Hold. Slow exhalation. Lovely. Just notice the subtle energy changes. And do another round. So as fast as you can now without, obviously, if you've got low blood pressure, do be careful. Don't want to be picking you up off the floor. Inhale. Good. Now, before we go into the final round, just feel the shift of energy. So the clearing that that double inhale does, and then the energizing. When we hold the breath in at the top, it starts to amplify the prana in the energy field, so the luminous energy body. Visualize this beautiful ball of golden energy that you're sitting in. That's you. It's part of you. It's your true self. And you're just giving it more energy. Ready? Last one. Make it really shiny. Inhale. Last one. Carefully roll down. Let's keep the knees bent. Blankets on if you need them. So this one, we're going to do Viloma, which is a similar breath, but it's much slower. And I'm going to ask you to do 3 breaths. So 3 pauses. So breathe in and pause. Breathe in and pause. Breathe in all the way up and pause. And when you're ready, so you can hold the breath for as long as feels comfortable for you. A nice long exhalation through the nose. And feel the whole of the back of the body surrendering into the earth. Breathe in and pause. Breathe in and pause. Breathe in and pause. And keep going. Really work with that held in breath right at the top of the count. And then totally surrendering, giving the body permission to let go physically and emotionally and mentally as you exhale. One last breath with Veloma. When you're ready, sweep the arms overhead with the breath in. Have a stretch, hold the breath in. Exhale, hands come back. Roll over to one side. Bring yourself back up to sitting. Hands to the heart space. Sweep the arms up. Exhale down through the midline. And namaste.